Steven, you should be live.
Hey, Paul, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Hi, Steve.
Hey, man. Hey, I know you're balancing a lot right now. But what did you, as far as your club situation, did you request a transfer or a trade, and if so, why? Where do you think things stand right now?
Yeah, I mean, I think I won't go into too much detail, but this is the most important year of my career, and I'm, like most players, always looking for the best opportunity in situation to be the most successful in. I still have a great relationship with DC. I'm still currently a DC United player, so if things were to move on, then obviously it'll be mutual, and if not, I'll be at training camp as soon as camp is over and ready to roll.
Great, thanks, Paul.
Next will be Doug McIntyre from Fox.
Thanks, Michael. Hi, Paul. Good to see you. CONCACAF announced about an hour ago that VAR is going to be implemented for the final two qualifying windows. You seem like a good guy to ask. There was a couple calls that went against you in that Jamaica game, or the fouls that you suffered in that Jamaica game in October, where guys might have got sent off if there was review. And also, you're part of the team last cycle that, there was a goal that Panama scored that didn't cross the line that, if that hadn't happened, you guys might have gone to the World Cup anyway. So just curious your take on this switch. Thanks so much.
Yeah, I think bringing in the VAR is going to be good. I think it's helped leagues around the world, and it'll help international soccer, especially for us. Where there has been games and moments that can be decided based on a referee's call. So for me, I think it's good, and forget about what's happened in the past. But I think it's a great time to add it in such important games leading into the World Cup. So I'm excited about it.
Next will be Ron Blum from the Associated Press.
Hi, Paul. Thanks for doing this. Looking at the forecast for the 3 games, it's going to be 18 to 25 degrees and chance of snow and wind. Have you ever played competitive soccer in conditions like that? And is there a danger to you guys getting muscle pulls and getting hurt in that? And how do you prepare and get through that?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, look, I think the staff, on the national team do a tremendous job, and we have full confidence in them to prepare us. And obviously, we have our own duties as professional players and players on the national team to be as ready as possible for every condition. I've played in some cold weather before, and I think most of the players on this team have. I think it's an opportunity for us. We're going to embrace it. We're going to be ready. The fans will be there, and regardless of the condition, our goal is to go out there and win, and play the best to our ability, no matter what the forecast says.
Next will be Daniel Nora from Univision.
Paul, ¿cómo estás?
Hola, Daniel.
Quiero preguntarte por tu futuro, qué tan al tanto estás de lo que ha surgido hoy con Dallas y también con Charlotte, y cómo eso te motiva o quizás te distrae un poco en días tan importantes de la próxima ventana de eliminatorias.
Sí, es obviamente una buena pregunta. Sí, lo que yo pienso, lo que me siento es ya quiero tener mi cabeza libre para los partidos que vienen con la selección. Obviamente ahorita ese es el más importante para mí, ayudar la selección. Obviamente ahorita la situación del club es poquito complicado, pero bueno, la verdad no puedo hacer mucho. Tengo que tener fe en cada club y situación, y ahorita estoy con la selección intentando enfocar en el campamento y lo que viene.
Next will be Jose Umano from WTOP.
Hey, Paul, how are you doing? How with everything going on in terms of your future, what kind of discussions have you had with not just your coaches with DC, but also your coaches with the U.S. men's national team on how to address this situation with your club future?
Yeah, I think. Look, it's obviously a complicated one, like I've said. But the best thing that people have done for me is given their advice. No one has put pressure on me to do one thing or the other, which is the beauty of it all. And obviously I can only control so much, and the clubs can control as much as they can as well. So there's a lot of people that have been giving me advice. But really, I've just kind of been taking it all in and trying to stay as focused as possible on camp. That's clearly my number one job right now is to be focused here, stay fit, continue to gain confidence on the field, and be ready for the games coming up.
Next will be John Lugo.
Paul, just to talk about the atmosphere in the camp, what you've seen so far, what you like, and what excites you going forward about this team and the group of players that you have there.
Yeah, John, look, it's great. The camp is great, and there's always a great energy when you come into camp. We've kind of come in at this time where club teams start preseason, and it's a really tricky window, obviously. This window coming up because for us currently in camp, a lot of the MLS guys are coming off the off season, haven't had a lot of time to be with a team. So for us, it's really just kind of trying to get as sharp as possible. Obviously, continue to gain fitness for the games that are coming up, and the energy is great here. The vibes are great. This is a brotherhood. This is a family, and so it's a really enjoyable experience every time.
Next will be Carlos Hernandez.
Paul, ¿cómo estás? Buenas tardes, Carlos Rodrigo Hernández de Fox Sports México. Preguntarte en ese mismo tenor sobre si ahorita hay incertidumbre sobre tu futuro, pero se dice mucho que ya estás en el América de acá de México con las Águilas del América, la afición está pues contenta con la posible llegada. ¿Qué nos puedes decir esto al respecto? ¿Sí vas a estar jugando con el América?
Sí, con todo respeto, no tengo algo, ¿cómo se dice?, concreto ahorita de mi futuro. Obviamente no todo es mi decisión. Si quiero ir a América o no, yo quiero ir a un lugar que me va a ayudar llegar al Mundial, a tener éxito. Y bueno, la verdad no puedo controlar todo. Ahorita sé que los clubes están hablando, pero te digo, ahorita creo que la oportunidad es complicado ahorita por decisión de club y bueno, yo tengo todo el respeto. Yo entiendo que todo esto es un negocio y todo tiene su tiempo. Entonces ahorita estoy muy enfocado en estar acá con la selección, intentando estar fit, estar confiado en la selección y qué estamos haciendo acá. Entonces quedo así.